Bilal and his sister consider their antics to be these hilarious jokes and pranks. In fact, if you ask them, they probably describe themselves as the first family of funny. In my opinion, they're the first kin of corny. I'm James, and this is my take on reality. Let's get it. First things first. In order for us to really talk about this issue, I think we have to define certain words and terms. When you say a joke, what is a joke? A joke is something that someone says that is amusing and funny and everyone enjoys. What's a prank? The action of something being funny or amusing that you're doing usually is tied to a trick of some sort. Like, haha, I fooled you. Haha, I made you think. Or haha, I made you look. And that's funny. But as we look at the relationship between Shaeeda, Bilal, and his sister and family, what we don't see is a lot of pranks. What we actually see is someone being bullied. And I think that that's actually closer to what's going on here. Because if you really break it down, the jokes in and of themselves aren't really as much a prank as they are hazing. Now, what's hazing? Hazing is the humiliation of an individual or group of individuals so that they can attain initiation, admission, or continued membership within another group of individuals, desired group that they want to join. In this particular case, the group of individuals that Shaeeda wants to join is actually the family. So she has to undergo this humiliation and this depravity in order for her to earn her right to be a member of Bilal's family. And that's why I call it hazing. Like, if you really think about it, all the pranks so far have been about things that are important to Shaeeda. This isn't like she walked into a room and a bucket of water fell on her head, or, hey, look out, there's a banana peel. Whoops, you fall down. No, or, oh no, someone's in the closet and they jump out and scare her. No, it's about things that she finds important. For instance, when she first came to town, he picked her up in the Hoop de Ville, took her to the stabby part of town. Then all of a sudden, she walks into the Scooby-Doo house, and, oh, I can't understand. Surprise! It's all a joke. Ha 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 ha. Because you gave up so much of your life and you expected to come here and live life in a nice house with a nice car and a nice guy who has money. But joke's on you, Jack. We are broke. And you think that that's funny. What makes that funny? Because the very thing that makes it what it is the reason why she should be insulted and she should have been scared. If I came to a country and I wanted to marry what I thought was a princess and we were going to live in a castle, and it turns out that we're actually going to live in a shack in a shed, and she's been holding out to me the entire time that she was one thing when she was actually something else, then I might not necessarily be upset at the fact that the materialism isn't there, but I certainly would be upset that the deception was there, because that's what it is. You lied to me and told me you were one thing, then when I get here, you're something else. But in their mind, I'm just supposed to accept that. Oh well, you gotta take it on the chin. Haha, be a good sport. The second thing that we saw was Bilal's sister was supposed to be this fashion designer, and she was supposed to be designing clothes. And Shaeeda thought it'd be great if his sister designed her wedding dress. She took the effort, sent her the design, sent her everything that she wanted in the wedding dress. Shaeeda asked her to make the wedding dress with certain specifications. What did the sister do? She goes and gets a big old wide dress that is the exact opposite of what Shaeeda wanted. And she hangs that up and tells her to come upstairs, close your eyes, it's gonna be so great. Surprise! Ha 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 ha. So funny. Ha 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 ha. That's not funny. There's nothing funny about that. And then when she asked her about it, said, hey, well, I sent you the design I wanted. And if you had any questions, why didn't you contact me? If you thought you were going to change something that was different than what I sent you, why didn't you call me? And the sister looks at her and says, oh, because sometimes the client doesn't know what they want. So I just have to make that decision for them. Now, the commonality between both pranks is that they have two things. One, there's definitely a power dynamic. In this situation, Shaeeda doesn't have a whole lot of power. Bilal is either going to marry her. She's here as Bilal's guest. And if Bilal decides that he doesn't like the way she's acting, he doesn't like the way she's talking, he can put her back on a boat and send her home. She doesn't have a whole lot of power in this situation. The second part is, in both instances, Shaeeda was expected to take it. That was part of the joke. In both instances, if Shaeeda would have came forward and said, hey, I don't like how you guys are doing this. Hey, I don't want to stay in the Scooby-Doo house. I think this is ridiculous. I came down here expecting to live a certain way with a certain lifestyle. Those were my expectations. You came to Trinidad, you were wearing an expensive watch, you had expensive luggage, you were wearing expensive clothes. And when I check your Facebook page, I see you're doing all these expensive things. What are you doing with your money? And now you're going to bring me here and I'm 100% relying on you. I don't have any job, any income, anything, and I'm relying on you, and you're going to tell me that you're broke? Are you nuts? Whoa, you're not being thankful. Be appreciative of the things I'm doing. That would have been the lecture that he gave her. In fact, that was the lecture because she didn't have she wasn't sitting there smiling like a jackass when he played the prank on her. All of a sudden his feelings was hurt and he was lecturing her about how she had to be grateful and she had to be appreciative of all the stuff that he was doing for her. In the second instance, can you imagine a scenario where Bilal's sister would have said, hey, here's the dress. Isn't it wonderful? And Shaeeda would have lost her mind. Chickie, you crazy? I sent you the stuff. You sent me this thing. I don't like this. This isn't what I asked for. You gave me a dress size that's for somebody who's about 3 times my body size. And I said I didn't want it form-fitting, but geez, I didn't want to wear a bed sheet either. Are you nuts? This is ridiculous. I'm 2 days away from my wedding, and this is what you bring me to wear? You bedazzled a damn comforter and gave it to me to wear on my wedding day. If she would have went off and said something like that, what would have been the response? She would have went back and told Bilal. Bilal would have came to her and said, oh, I don't like the fact that you yelled at my sister. She was doing you a favor by making you the dress. You're not thinking logically. You're thinking emotionally. Why are you going to yell at my sister like that? You have to be appreciative. That would have been the whole lecture. But no, she had to sit there and take it. Thank you. Oh, more crab stew? Thank you. Can I have some more? Thanks. This is amazing. What are you doing? What are you doing? Another thing that kind of kills me is that even tied to that be appreciative stuff, both of them have this pompous way of thinking that they're actually teaching some kind of deep lesson, that they're giving some kind of life advice. Y'all not the Dalai Lama. You're not even the Delhi jackass. You need to stop that stuff. You're not teaching anybody anything. First, you got to learn for yourself what's important about life. If somebody's asking you to do them a favor, or somebody's relying on you, or somebody is trusting you, the last thing you do is prove to them why they shouldn't trust you. I mean, think about it. You take her to the ghetto chateau, you want her to be appreciative, and she's got to kiss your ass. But it's a joke. I wasn't serious. But then when she gets upset, oh, this is my mom's old house. This is where I grew up. How could you treat something so important to me so badly? The sister. Don't make fun of my dress because it has sentimental value to me. So you can't make too much fun of it. I don't want you to say too much, okay? Here's a question. Why would you take her down to Stabby Town, to the ghetto chateau, which was your mom's house where you grew up, or the bedazzled bed sheet, present that as her wedding dress, knowing full well she's going to get upset when it was either your dress or it was your mom's dress or maybe the first dress you made, but somehow it's important to you. Why would you present that to her as being shabby, as being low rent? Because that's the joke. The joke is, I'm going to take you to a crappy house. Hi, that's the joke. Isn't it funny? I took you to the ghetto chateau, but we actually live in a little mini mansion. Isn't it great? It's nice. Little suburban home. It's wonderful. That's the joke. Hey, I gave you a bedazzled bed sheet. Ha. It's ugly, isn't it? Here's your real dress. That's the joke. And if it is something that's sentimental, it's sentimental to you. That doesn't mean it's sentimental to somebody else. The funny thing is that these teachers, in their great wisdom, they forgot like a basic kindergarten idiom. Don't cry wolf. Don't cry wolf. Don't make a bunch of stuff up because you make up serious things to her and you want to tell jokes and pranks. Then later on down the line, when you come in and say, yeah, babe, we really need to talk. There's something serious going on. And she turns up, yeah, okay, Bilal. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Get serious. What do you mean you lost everything? All right. And then what's going to happen? Bilal's going to sit there and he's going to get in his feelings. He's going to throw a temper tantrum. Then he's going to walk off and look like he want to cry. And talk about how she not taking him serious and how she don't want to communicate and she ain't there for him and she ain't backing him up and all this other stuff. But she don't know you serious because you joked about everything else that was serious to her. So why would she think that anything you say moving forward was serious? What foundation do you have to establish that you're a serious person and everything you say should be taken with some sense of seriousness and urgency? Because you can tell the difference between things you joke about and things you don't joke about. Here's something that I want to say to Bilal. You want to hear a funny joke? Your prenup is a joke. 2 days away from the wedding, you still haven't given her the final copy of your prenup for her to review and go over. At the end of the day, having that prenup is like riding a motorcycle with tinfoil wrapped around your head. You're fine as long as you don't need it. That's my take. I'm James. This is my take on reality. Hit that subscribe button, like, share, leave your take down below. I'm out. 'Cause I've been living life